is time. It is time to brew your best beer. The 2015 Sjporr Challenge is brought to you by the Grainbill Homebrew Supply, located in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. Brewers Exchange, operating in the U.S. and Canada. Finney's Homebrew Emporium, located in Bishopdale, Christchurch, New Zealand. And Omega Yeast, located in Chicago, Illinois.
What's up, B's and G's? Another Sjporr review. I just got home from Maine, so I figure I'm going to knock one out right quick before I crash and hit the sack. So what better beer to hit before you go to bed than a barrel-aged port wine infused porter. So we're doing 4C6-195-5E7. 5E7. Like I said, barrel-aged, port wine infused. So you're speaking my language already. Porter. You had me at barrel-aged. I don't know. I'm going to pause this, crack this, and pour this, and then I will be back. So give me 1 minute. Okay, poured it. So, beautiful pour. And I'll pick this up. Now I let this sit for a second, and I swished it around a bit. So the head was kind of died down a little bit. It was a good 2-finger when I poured it. I didn't get super aggressive, but because I figured it was barrel aged, and then port added to it, as I peered down the end of the bottle, I reckon that this came straight off a keg, so it wasn't bottle conditioned, but I could be wrong. But I went with my gut. I'm not going to pan down and show you how big of a gut. I don't have a wide angle lens, but I figured it wasn't bottle conditioned, and if it was, even some of the little bit of a bottom bits in one of these beers ain't gonna kill it. So I know that this is not gonna kill. It was a 2-finger head ish when I poured it. Coffee colored, really thick and creamy, kind of frothed up when I had poured it. So the head looked beautiful. The beer itself looks beautiful. I mean, it's a porter, so it's black like this. What am I saying? What are my notes? I am pulling some raisin off of the nose. A lot of roast. Did get some chocolate, and then definitely got raisin, but not kind of a. I do get the port wine raisin, like a slick. Excuse me. I think raisin in like an imperial, like a RIS, is kind of smell the bag of raisins or smell the box of raisins raisin. And I think raisin in a port has that slick, still almost pruny more than raisin. There's a bit of oil, I think, is the way that I look at this. And not oil in a bad way, but there's a bit of essential oil that I'm getting, which kind of comes from a bit of a port flavor. And I'm sorry I'm so red. I think this light just looks like shit on me. Or some white balance is off, or I'm just fucking hot. Like, not like Magic Mike hot. Anyway, so I haven't tasted this yet, so I'm gonna, yeah, I can definitely get in that. I'm gonna give it a bit of a taste right here, and then I'm gonna pause and give it a couple more tastes, and then I'll get back at y'all in a minute. So, cheers. Thank you for this, and good luck. I'm going in. Should I? No, I should wish myself good. No, I don't need to wish myself good luck. I want to chew on that a minute. All right, I'll be right back. Give me a second. Whoa, Jesus Christ. See that shadow? Anyway, sorry. So, after sipping on this a little bit, sorry, I keep looking down because I'm always looking down at notes, kind of taking notes as I sip and, excuse me, and burp. I always have lots of question marks, which are things for myself. I take a sip and then ask myself, did you really taste that? Yeah, I think I did. Then I have an argument, and if I did that, and if you guys had it on camera, it would be, I don't know, 40 minutes of some crazy fucker talking to himself, drinking a beer. Anyway, so what I did, one of the things I missed when I was talking about the nose on this is I got some chocolate out of it too. I kind of worked it up a bit, and I had that raisin, and I had a bit of chocolate, kind of that raisinette flavor, and then I had the bit of just slick oil raisin on its own, which worked really well. I mean, it's infused with port, so I'm assuming some of that is coming off on the nose as I work it up, and it kind of airs up. But what I did get in the mouth, there's a bit of a slick mouthfeel. Kind of slides straight through. It's not a big beer. I don't have a lot of info on this, but it's not. Sorry, my other arm is hurting. It's not a big, bull in a china shop kind of beer. It's not on your O line, which is nice because a beer that's got some barrel age and some port, and if it were a stout, it would be by that name. I mean, it would be a stout. The porter works really well. It's kind of it's sneaky. It's kind of like it's almost like a little bit of a fullback, a little bit. Can you tell it's Sunday? But I also got it's a little bit bacony. I got some, and I'm pulling off some smoky notes, depending on the barrel. That could have come from the barrel. Depending on the char of that barrel, I guess it could come off of that. But there's a bacon-esque flavor to it. I'm gonna take another sip too while we're sitting here and chatting a little bit. But yeah, it's got that prune. It's got that kind of It's kind of got the prune, kind of got the raisin. There's definitely a bacon-esque. Sorry, I have a light that's really bright. Yeah, it's got like that smokiness. It's got a bacon flavor. It's got roast. There's some chocolate. Jesus, Dan, turn the right way. Fat fucker. My only question is, what's the local ingredient that I'm missing? Because all I have as far as info goes, Jesus, is barrel aged port infused. So, what's local? I mean, is it the barrel? Is it the port? I'm not sure, unless there's more to this that I'm missing. I'm missing essence, if that makes sense. Now, granted, I have no idea where this even came from, so I have no idea. There's no way to place regionality in any of these beers unless specifically stated. So I can't completely say yay or nay that this smacks of, where we're in the South, like this smacks of Georgia. There's a peach in there. Really bad example, but so I don't know what the local ingredient is. Not saying that that's going to knock my score. I'm curious as to what made this local. for everyone else in the world. There's some story. That's all. What's the story? It's a beautiful, beautiful porter. What story are we trying to tell as far as local? And please don't judge us as harsh, because it's just I'm just curious. I guess you get to see my question mark because it's on my paper. So now there's my question mark. If you've subbed, boop, put it down on the bottom. Or if you saw this come up, put it down on the bottom. And, you know, hook a brother up. Let me know. I'm curious what you were trying to tell everyone else in the world, why this really stellar porter, what story it's trying to tell me. Short of the fact that it has great smoky bacon flavors with some hidden, very hidden, winey winey pruny notes down there in the bottom, with some chocolate, and a very well crafted, well balanced beer. So, good job. This beer's freaking brilliant. Really great porter. I won't turn the camera around, but there's a porter right over there that's bubbling away that we did last weekend. And fuck, I hope it comes out as good as this one came out. So, well done, 4C6-195-5E7. And I hope that this isn't one of the beers that had the effed up names, and I effed it up twice. But I'll put the right one down in the description, down the bottom. So, good luck. Cheers. Thanks for being in this, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
The fuck you talking about?